ideas really come from a lot of different sources, and primarily I work as a public artist, and my ideas really are inspired by the community, the site, the place, the climate, the materials, the budget. I mean, I look at it all as a big puzzle, and I try to figure out how to fit the pieces best together and to express something that's unique and supportive of the desires and dreams of both the community and of myself as well. So it's really a process for me. The process of creativity is somewhat ephemeral, I think. It's almost as if you look at it directly, you don't see it at all, and so you sort of look around the question and you investigate the question, and then you sort of set back, I think, on some level. And then with discipline, it seems to focus and creativity happens. The West Galer project came about because it's an infrastructure project that is right on the Sound. And there's a bike trail and pedestrian path right there. And basically, it's going to be a sort of social landscape. The more the port and the waterfront and, the environment begins to matter to the people who live here. And so therefore, putting a big piece of infrastructure right there becomes a backdrop to the marine waterfront. I became involved really because we had some 25-foot high walls that were going to flank this trail. The wall and the ideas for the wall, it's a site that has a lot of muscle, so I wanted something that reflected both the marine waterfront and some of the muscle and the transportation issues. So I worked with basically rope, and I also worked with a sort of tick pattern to collect light, which is actually a tire tread pattern. And I put them together in a kind of braid motif that reflects, I think, the idea of DNA, not being specifically DNA, but Immunex is there, and they work with DNA. And so it seemed like to pull all of this together would be a good solution for that site. The lights were again seen as markers and also almost as a candelabra that were originally intended to cross the entire bridge. And because of their sort of asymmetrical form, which is part marine creature and part sail, like sailboat form, as they turned on the curved bridge, they would actually give you multiple views. And it would be like a candelabra, implied canopy for pedestrians. And it would also be something that you would notice, and it would be different than what you see out there normally. I think for me, that as a kid, I've always loved working outside. And I've always, also loved being inside and drawing and working at a computer and all that. But the two coming together is really, I think, where my soul is. And so the landscape to me is a place where I would really like to bring infrastructure or landscape on its own into my work. So I look at the site as for my inspiration, and being able to touch it and to shape it and to turn it into more than just, a plant palette, but into an idea. I think everyone's art is as unique as they are, and so, my art is a direct reflection of me as both an artist and a translator. And I think I bring to it a certain enthusiasm, and I think I bring to it a certain vision, and I think I also bring an informed eye. It seems like the more I work, the more I can embrace parts of everything that's out there into what I do and convince people to let me do it, actually. Which is a trick, I guess.